Alright, Phat PSP 1001 version. Today we're going to be replacing the screen. Titcher Tantrum has thrown it against the wall, cracked the screen, so we're going to be replacing the screen. First you're going to remove the back cover right here, take out the battery like so. There's a little sticker right there which I've placed up here. It's down here. It's going to cover two screws. There's one there, one here, one there, and one there. And also on the other side there's two screws here and here. There's also one screw right there. I've taken those screws out except for the two. Tell you how small they are. They are really small, so you want to take those out and place them inside the back cover to make sure that you don't lose them. Next we're going to be removing the other two screws. For that you're going to need a really small screwdriver. Got this set at Radio Shack for about $8. Okay. And let's take these out. Okay, there's one. Around. Try it over facing you. Remove the cover. Set the cover aside. Now that you got the cover lifted off, reach over here on the side and lift that side off like that. Be careful as it comes off. Over on this side there's a little locking tab right here. You want to lift this tab up here and remove that. Comes out like that. And then set this aside. Set that aside. Okay, over here on the side here, you want to pry these on these little locking tabs they have here. Down here, you want to pry on those. Not hard. Don't go gorilla with it. Just get it up. Enough just to get it on there, come out. Which takes some time, just a bit of persuasion. So get a fine screwdriver, get it down in that side there, and pry it up like so. Bless you. There we go. Pry it up. It's one side, then pry the other side. It comes off easy. There she goes. Sometimes it's a little difficult, but it comes. Take your time. Okay, it comes off. It's going to look like that. You're going to have two sets of wires. A fat one here and the little small one. And what you want to do, okay, that large set here is you're going to lift up on this little black bar, and on the small set you're going to lift up on that little black tab. And I'll show you that when we come back. Okay, we're going to get up over here. Pry that up. There it goes. That one's up. Then we're going to pry this little one from the back, and then slowly they pop right out. Once they're out, you want to match up this screen with your new screen. And what we're going to do is look at both screens. We're going to get the other one out of the box. What you want to do is match up the screens. Here's one here. Here's our replacement screen here. It comes in a little small box in the mail. Got a cover on it. Comes out like that. You just want to take it out and you want to compare it. Make sure that it has the same stuff the other one doesn't. Now this one has a little sticky tape around it for adhesion inside of the system. Like that. But you can see it's the exact same screen. And the pieces are exactly the same. One's there, one's there. Same thing, same exact screen. Matter of fact, this one's a sharp, and this one's a sharp. And it says L0043, L0043. So we know we got the right part. Oh, there's a K3146, K3146. So now we're going to do this exactly in the reverse. Just put that one into there, and we'll be ready to check it. Okay, now we're going to take it and line it up. Pretty self-explanatory. Want to line the little one up and line it and go just under each of them. It's a little tricky. You'll get it. Take your time. Don't bend it. Let's do this one first. Okay, that one's in there. Very careful with this, and you will be buying another one. You want to lift that little flap up. Get it underneath there. There we go. We got one under there. Okay, that one's in. Now we want to get this one underneath there. They're both in. Now you just fold this over and you want to place that. Okay, now that we got both of those in there, okay, and they're both locked in place, very gently you want to fold this over and place this back into the locking tabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's locked in there. Once it's locked in, you'll know because it won't come out. Okay. Now we're going to replace the thumb board, which is your screws, your push buttons. This thing here, you have that same little side over here that you're going to put it back into. So we're going to place this back underneath that lifted tab, put it in there. If you're like me, have big fingers, Eric Jr. works really good for this. Okay, we're going to place it underneath there, push it under until it stops. Don't force it. Then put the little thumb board locking tab back down. There it is, it's in place. Then bring that board down, which is here. Take it back, set it on front, and then lock it into place. It's a little button there you want to get into that groove, and it'll just lock. Okay, there we have it. Now you can reassemble it all back up. My suggestion is before you go ahead and put it all back together, why not make sure it works, right? So let's do that. We're going to go ahead and take a battery and place the battery inside the back. Battery's in. Okay, so since he hasn't charged the battery in 6-8 months, we're going to go ahead and plug the power in. This power cord, we got the little orange light came on. And we're going to go ahead and push the button, see what happens. And I don't know if you can see that, but we have ignition. It's coming on. It says set the time and date. It's been a while. As you can see, screen's 100%. Okay, we're going to go ahead and turn that back off, unplug it, and go ahead and put everything back together. Okay, that will consist of, as we have already done here, everything's locked back in place. We're going to go ahead and put the cover back on. We didn't have to remove the buttons. Most time you see people taking all the buttons off. My idea is if you don't have to take it off, that's less stuff you got to put back on. Okay, snapped it back all in place. Remove the battery that we put in temporarily. And we'll grab our little screws. Good idea is to use a magnetic screwdriver or something. These little babies are really, really small. Another thing, remember how they came out. The little small ones go to the inside and the large black ones go to the outside. Okay, here we go. Let's take our little screwdriver here. Grab one of these black ones. Put it back together. Okay, even though you know when you remove the safety label we did earlier, you void the warranty. I like to replace it. And where it goes is, the same place you're going to remove that is down here at the bottom, covering up those two screws. So we're going to place that right back. When you remove it, it actually puts a void mark on the screen to let it know that it's been opened up by the manufacturer. So we're going to place that back as if it was never removed. See? As you can see, it's back in place. Got it all together. Put the battery back in. And ready for my son to tear up again. This is my son's, by the way. See, how do we do? Music to my ears. And we're going to go ahead and replace his screen. Giving him a 6-month tune-up. We'll also clean that with a little Windex. Then we'll be applying a new screen. For that, use a clean tissue, or what comes with the repair kit. You can use a little Windex, or you can use one of these little cloths. Gets it nice and clean. Then peel part number 1 off, like that. And then you're going to place part number 1 face down on the screen. Virtually no bubbles. If you have any bubbles, you can just raise it back up. My suggestion is don't. We have almost 0 bubbles. Then you peel off screen number 2. And you should have a perfectly clean, updated screen like new. There you have it. PSP, repaired by E. Thank you for watching.